Hi everybody, it's Jack Hurley, the Superintendent of Schools, back for a spring, late April, early May edition of Word from the Superintendent. I'm recording this as we return from spring break. I hope everyone had the opportunity for a little rest, recovery, and renewal over the break and took advantage of the time. As we move into spring, as I say every year, a lot of activity occurs both in the buildings and out of the buildings. As we're winding down the academic year, we're in the last quarter of the year now as we enter the last quarter of the year. We also are upping a lot of our activities and programs and the arts, athletics, and community. So in the month of May, there'll be testing going on in our building, both the state testing from grade 3 through grade 11 in terms of our students sitting for the annual state tests. These tests are certainly important ones as they help us shape academic programs, interventions, curriculum for our students. The data that we get from the testing is very important. It's probably, in many ways more important than the actual score the student may get. The score could reflect a good day or a bad day for a student, but the data over hundreds and hundreds of tests with questions that are aligned to standards allows us to take a good deep dive into our curriculum and really make some adjustments when needed, and to see where we should maybe spend a little more time or when maybe we could spend a little less time. So we ask you to work with us to make sure your children take the test seriously, give it their best effort, and like I said, it's important for them, it's important for us. Also during the month of May, on the high school level, many of our students are taking advanced placement tests, and these tests again are important for them and for us, as it allows us to make an assessment of our programs, but also allows these students the opportunity to potentially earn college credit based on how they do on this particular test. So a lot of testing going on, but there's also a lot of arts going on. We have our art shows in all of our buildings throughout the month of May. We have concerts in all of our buildings in the month of May and into June. And Pierpont is the last of the building to do their school play. They'll be doing those at the end, their play at the end of May, into very end of May this year, the last weekend in May. So there are numerous art shows, concerts, plays. Check the school calendar, check the mailings that go home to come out and enjoy the work of your child, or also if your son or daughter is not involved in the play or in the concert, choir or band, just to see the work of the other students and talent of the other students. So we hope to see you there. Also in the spring, as the weather starts to get more spring-like, our high school athletic program is in full swing, and we invite you again to check the calendar and get out and see some of the games as the season winds down and tournament play begins. I hope you are looking at and enjoying the newsletters that get sent out quarterly through electronic means, and the ones that get mailed out twice a year. It does give you, I think, a good snapshot of the various activities going on throughout the district. So we just had one out right before the break, and we'll have two more coming out before the end of the school year. Up here in the board office, I'm welcoming back Mr. Joe Kelly. Maybe many of you remember the name, if not remembering Joe directly. But Mr. Kelly was our business administrator for about 11, 12 years before he retired. And Mr. Whitford, who replaced him, has left the district. So Mr. Kelly's back in an interim role until the end of his academic year. And we welcome Joe back and are happy to have him back. And we'll be looking to put a permanent BA in place, hopefully before July 1, so we start the new academic year with the new BA. And speaking of business and the BA's job, there's been lots of news throughout the state on school budgets. And if you've been looking at the paper and seeing anything in the media, you'll see that many, many districts are shutting down programs, reducing staff, in some cases by 10, 15, 20, 25 state members. Doing that is devastating, not just to the people who lose their position, but all those programs impact classrooms, impact activities, impact the services that students get when they come to our district. We're all faced with the same problems. We are here as well. Tremendous increase in health benefit throughout the state. This year we've been told to budget for a 30% increase, which is about a $2 million increase over our current spending for health benefits. Tremendous increase in all the things we all face, utilities, supplies, services. Out-of-district tuitions have gone up tremendously for our students who need to go out of district. So it's a tough budget time. I'm very proud of the budget managers, the administrators, and supervisors who work with me and the business administrator on developing the budget. I'm very proud of our Board of Education for their work, and I'm very proud of the community for their support. We're able to maintain a budget. We tightened our belts up a great deal. We had to make up a big deficit in terms of the money that we had to allocate towards health benefits and those other costs. I mean, it put a hole in the budget projected for next year, but we were able to do it without impacting programs, without impacting students. A couple of positions that we were able to not replace in retirement that are far removed from the classrooms. It's a struggle each and every year, but this community has always valued education, and we were able to do it with the allowable increase that the state gave us, which helped offset about 80% of the health benefit increase. I'm also pleased to report that our fiscal responsibility in terms of managing the $48 million referendum that completed last year, the work that was completed finally last year, we have, excuse me, about $2 million that we did not spend. We were able to come in under budget, and that money is getting returned to the taxpayers. That is going to be offsetting some of the budget, the tax increase that would have to take place in order for us to meet our needs and the needs of our students. So this year and next year, there'll be approximately $1 million returned to the taxpayers in the form of not having the increase of the school budget be as high as it would have been without that. So in a tough economic time for schools across the state, we have a little bit of good news on that end, and I wanted to share that with you. So back to the day-to-day stuff that we enjoy and spend so much time on. Let's give our best effort on the testing. Let's enjoy the fruits of our students' labors on the athletic fields, on the stage, in the art classes. Enjoy all the performances, and look ahead to a strong finish in June and graduation as our 12th graders and 8th graders move on. I'll be back before the end of the year with another message, but until then, this is Jack Hurley, the Superintendent of Schools. Thank you.